Good afternoon. Welcome to Showbiz here on Joy News today. Now, Nigeria's first ever submission for Best International Feature Oscar consideration, the comedy Lionheart, has been disqualified by the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences for having too much dialogue in English. This, however, is the first time the Academy has disqualified a foreign film from consideration for having too much English dialogue. In recent years, the 2015 Afghan film Ethiopia and the 2007 Israeli film The Band's Visit were disqualified for the same reasons.
I will leave for posterity is you, my daughter.
Directed by and starring Genevieve Inaji, who has been called the Julia Roberts of Nigeria, Lionheart has earned strong reviews. But the film, which is currently streaming on Netflix, is mostly in English, running afoul of an Academy rule that entries in the freshly renamed International Feature Film category must have a predominantly non-English dialogue track. All but roughly 11 minutes of the 95-minute film about a woman trying to keep her father's company afloat in a male-dominated world are in English. Lionheart was one of 10 African films officially submitted for Oscar consideration this year, a record for the continent. With the disqualification, the number of films in contention for the award has dropped from 93 to 92. The film is still eligible to be considered in other Oscar categories. The Academy's decision, which was communicated via email to Oscar voters, was first reported by the RAP.
Or risk losing everything.
If we have to fight this war, we have to fight it together, unless we want to lose.
It is no more a secret that I have an interest in Lionheart.
And if this Igwe Pascal of a man gets a hold of our company, everyone will lose their jobs. And they're all depending on me, and I feel like I'm failing.
No.
Stop it! You're a businesswoman. You've always been able to do anything you put your mind to.
Relax, I know what I'm doing. Your father knows what I can do, and that was why he brought me into this.
Away from that, with 9 studio albums under his belt and no end in sight, it is safe to say rapper and producer Kanye West is still riding the ultra-light beam. Kanye's gospel-inspired album Jesus is King, released October 25, has hit #1 on the Billboard charts, which happens to be his 9th consecutive album to debut at #1.
Is now tied with Eminem for the most consecutive #1s on the Billboard 200 charts, says Billboard. The Billboard 200 charts ranks the United States' most popular albums of the week. The new chart, where Jesus is King sits at #1, is set to be released on Tuesday. The new album breaks a personal record for West. Jesus King has given the rapper his biggest streaming week ever, at 196.9 million on-demand streams of its track, according to Billboard. The album also boasts the second largest sales week of the year for an R&B hip-hop album, selling more than 100,000 copies. Second only to Post Malone's album Hollywood's Bleeding. Despite his foray into design, fashion and politics, West says he has no plans to stop producing music. In a recent interview with Zane Lowe for Apple Music's Beat One, West announced that he plans to release an album titled Jesus is Born on Christmas Day. Quote, I believe because God has given me a gift that I pray for and so many people love, that if I stop doing it, he might start to take all the things away.
He walks with me. He walks with my mother. Yeah. He walks with me.
That'll be all for showbiz here on Joy News today. There's more showbiz in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Becky. Over to you, Daniel.